So that is part 2 of my CO2 laser. And now we will make the outer frame. So you will need all these parts marked at the screen. We have gas pressure springs, and now we're gonna mount the first square. The video is running faster than I made it, because otherwise the video will be too long. So if something that you don't understand, stop the video and watch. We have to make this frame 2 times, one for the left and one for the right side. Now we are mounting the 3 allu profiles with the length of 890 with the 20 by 28 millimeter corners. Here we mount the 20 by 40 profile with the length of 890. Move the profile in place and use another profile 520 for the same distance on each side, but you have to put 40 millimeters more. On the right side we mount also a 400 millimeter 20 by 20. So the right side is the side when you look into the laser. Use the 130 millimeter for spacing. At the top we also mount a 130 millimeters 20 by 20 and the same spacing between all is 130, so we have a square of 170 by 170. I use here an aluminum plate 40 by 20 for securing the profile better. And now we mount the last 20 by 20 profile, length 890. Here we're gonna put the outer frame around the inner frame. Watch carefully, do not damage other parts. And we slide it at the front together with the inner frame. Watch also off for the distance on each side. You have to have a free space so that you can align the mirror if the wall is connected. The same is on the right side, enough space so that the drag chains is free enough. And here you can see that the tube is free for the extension. I use here a plastic tube to see if everything is correct. Later on I will mount the extension for this tube. It's 1250 mm long by 80. We can now mount the lid, and therefore we use 20 by 20 profiles, 3 times 880 mm, 3 times 520 mm, and 3 times 120 mm. Be sure to make everything very square so that later on we don't have problems. So the LED is ready. We put some aluminum plates on the 2040 profile for supporting for the moment the LED, and we put it on. We divide the free space on the two sides exactly, and then we're gonna install the 4 hinges on the end. So the 4 hinges are mounted, so we can try to open. It's okay. And now we're gonna put the handles on it, 2 for the left and the right side. For mounting the gas springs, I use 2 support profiles so that the lead is not falling down, and then we're gonna mount the gas spring. For the distance of the springs, you have to decide what force you want to use to close the lid or not, or open, depending of the material you use on top of it. So you can change that, but watch out when you open and close it that everything is working fine. Here we do a test if the springs are working correctly by open and closing the door. So it's okay, everything is working fine. Here we have an overview of all the parts again. Like you see, that's the outer frame. We have the handles, left and right. The door is opening. We have the spring, the gas springs, 100 Newton, so it's 10 kilo for one, that's enough. We have affixed the outer frame to the table. Also the 2040 is connected with one bolt through to have more stiffness. We have the 4 hinges mounted. Here we have the open place for the tube. Here we have the drag chain. So that is it. Everything is now ready for the other parts. So now we're gonna mount the electro box, and we use profiles 2020 580 millimeters, 400 millimeters and 160 millimeters on the corners, and we assemble a square box. So that is the box is ready. It's a width of 580 by 200 and a height of 400. So you can put the box where you want. I put it against my frame and attach it with allu blocks on different size, like here on the video. You can choose and do what you want. Now we're gonna mount the extension for the tube. My tube extension is 520 millimeters long because I use a laser tube of 250 millimeters long, an 80 watt, 90 watt. So if you use a shorter one, like 1 meter, you can make this shorter. I do again a test here with a plastic tube to see if everything is right and in place. So we have now an overview of the box for the electro components. Everything is connected. Everything is flat. We have the extension for the tube, the same. We have enough space on all the sides so that you can enter the tube and get out. Here we have 3D printed plates for all my electro components like switches, emergency stop, USB, internet, and the redrawn controller. In the electro box I already mounted 2 back plates where I mount the electro components on it. Now installing these plates with the buttons. 3D files, you can find the link in the video components. Here the top plate with the redrawn controller. So the two plates are installed now. We have the power buttons and everything what we need. Emergency stop, ammeter, USB, internet, power. So for the outside frame walls, you have the choice which material you want to use depending on your budget. I have used allu panels 3 mm for the frame, acrylic plate for the LED, and back plate is allu panel of 6 mm because I mount the exhaust and need more string. So here you see the finished products. We have sliding doors so we can access the laser left and right. You see here the control board with everything: power, laser, light, the button, the emergency stop, laser power, redrawn controller 6445. Then we have here all the panels mounted. You see also holes for air. We have the extension tube box. We have the LED with the handles. I used red and yellow. Your colors is what you want. If you want white, you use white. It's all depending. So we have here the gas springs. We have the inner frame, we have the fan or exhaust for fumes. The left side. We're gonna now go to the back. Here you see my pipe for my ventilation. I 3D printed some of the parts and then used plastic tube. And we have an opening of 125 millimeters, and we used a 600 liters per minute exhaust fan. That's the 6 millimeter plate because it has to support the tube, and 3 millimeters for all the outside frame. Some ventilation holes. So that's the machine almost ready. Here I will open now the electro box and show you the components that I use inside. There are enough YouTube videos how to wire and what you need for electro components, but I will show you now what I mounted and how. So I opened my plate very easily. So now you see the inside of my electro box. So here we have the control box for the laser. We have the power for the laser tube, 80 watt. We have the power for drivers on everything. 3 drivers we need. We have an electro filter. We have some exhaust fans for cooling the box inside. We have a very good ground. It's needed for a CO2 laser. And here you see the back of the plates. So that's it. Later on I will make a part 3 where I demonstrate the test of the machine. Here I show you only the movements. So the machine is homing. I'm gonna move now the X and the Y axis. The Y and X axis. I'm gonna do now a homing or go to the origin. Here we have the Z axis for going up and down. It's very slow. I want it like that, but you can do it faster if you want. But I like it going at 1 millimeter, so easy to. We have the laser button, light button, but it's not installed for the moment yet. So I hope you like this video. So like I said, part 3 will be testing the machine. For all the rest, you find enough videos on YouTube. Thank you all for watching.